extra.
I gotta turn the fan on. I don't care if there's background noise. Okay, maybe I do care if there's background noise. Starts up. Brrr.
What happened to the front?
I told you last night. I was like, bro. I play this game with myself. I take the protective barrier of the fan off. I put it in the middle of my path when I usually have to get up. So I play this game. So when I get groggy, you know, when you just wake up, you're groggy.
That's what you were talking about.
Yeah. You wake up. You need to take a piss, right? So I took the protective little like metal thing that protects you from the blades. I took it off. The real reason was because it was dirty. But my reasoning is I like to play this little game called Will I Shred My Legs when I go take a piss at night. So I put it in the middle of the path. And I walk, and if I'm groggy, and I'm too groggy, I'll just shred my legs to shit. And
how did that go?
I shred my legs to shit. I actually have like a few things on my legs right now.
I'm guessing it would hurt.
I mean, it didn't feel good, especially the blades on the fan are broken, like half-ass broken. It's like some ratchet-ass plastic.
That would do it for you.
Yeah, that would. I mean, you can literally put your hand through the fan, and it stops. Like, it doesn't hurt anything. Just go like... Yeah, I'm fine. It starts bleeding. It starts gushing blood.
You look at your hand, missing a finger, like, wait.
It's like, well, it used to be fine.
It was fine 2 seconds ago, until, I decided to put my dumbass hand inside of a fucking fan.
Man, what's like your best example of like trying to do something? You know when you tell people you can do shit and you're like, yeah, I swear to God I did it, and then you go to show them and you like completely eat shit and like it just doesn't work out? Like, what's your best example of that?
Like anything like sport, games, anything, or like...
It could just be like breathing. Who cares? Anything. Literally just anything.
The best...
Or in this case, I guess the worst.
The worst, yeah. The worst thing for me would probably be... probably basketball.
Basketball?
Yeah. Because, I play a lot of basketball, like... in game, I watch a lot of basketball. I know everything about basketball.
Side note, I downloaded back 2K19 because I felt like having a game just randomly to do a story through. And I don't have 2K20. All right, don't judge me, bro. I know. Stop looking at me like that, bro.
2K19 is actually better than 2K20 and 21.
Okay, yeah. I just play it for the story. I actually like the story, so I'm gonna make myself a new like character and all that shit. I suck ass. I was never able to get the mechanic down. Of like shooting.
I mean, the mechanics are so different in every single game. You have to get used to it, and
is it that different?
It changes so bad. 1 year, a crossover is the easiest thing to do. Another year, is like, yeah, fucking good luck. Go sit in your My Career for 2 hours trying to learn a crossover. You're like, what the fuck,
bro? I think that's the difference between like you and me. Like, I'm good at games. I'm just naturally like decent at games. I'm not like good like a god. But like I'm decent, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I can pick up a game really quickly. But I think the difference between like you and me is that you'll actually spend the extra time going into like practice, and you like practice for hours. And I think that's the difference because you actually put the hours and the work in to get good and better. I really don't. Like the only practice I get is literally playing the game.
Well, I mean, I feel like I'm already. The thing is that I'm naturally good.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like
I'm not like any game I play, I pick it up so quick. Like really fast, and then. I just keep playing and literally give me any game, give me 2 hours.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, the thing is I don't really like that game.
So that's the thing. I'm good at like you're good at FPSs. I prefer.
I'm good at.
Well, like primarily, like if you would have to say like okay, like Jesse is good at this type of game, I'd say FPS is your strong
FPS
suit.
or sport.
Yeah, I think like. Primarily FPS is you're goated at like first person shooters.
Oh yeah, I shred.
Yeah, I shred. I don't mean to brag, but
I don't mean to brag, but anyone out there who wants to 1v1 me, you're going to lose.
For me, it's like the complete opposite.
It's like combat.
I'm good at combat games naturally, and I'm also good at like role playing games, like like Spider-Man or.
Talking about role play, actually. I started playing GTA 5 roleplay.
Fuck that.
I got 5M, and I started playing roleplay on GTA 5.
How did that go?
Not too good. I got yelled at by an admin the first hour I was there.
Why? What did you do? What could you have possibly done?
So you know how roleplay works. There's rules, right? You know.
Yeah, but like, is it different on the server? The rules they change, or is it always like regular life?
It's
like,
always
can't
usually
shoot somebody. You can't murder.
It's basically real life. Like you can't. I mean, a lot of people still do it in real life. I don't know why people would yell that in the game, but you can't shoot while you're driving, because like in real life, you're not gonna be like driving and shooting. But a lot of people do it in real life. That's what I don't understand. So that's one rule. But we were at it was like a bar in the somewhere in the world, and I went and told the guy who was driving, I'm like, you know what? I feel like killing someone. Out of nowhere, I had a pistol only because that was the only gun I had. I was like, you know what? I feel like killing someone. We drive by. I see 4 people just sitting on the sidewalk, just chilling, vibing, talking, and one of them was an admin.
Oh, buddy.
I didn't know. I started shooting. He started shooting. He was on driver's seat. The admin saw that because admin got powers and he can literally like make you stop, like kill you. So, oh man, he came. Fuck this up.
So did you get banned instantly, like insta ban?
No, actually, the admin just force killed the driver, so we would stop, teleported to us, and
just shat on you a little bit.
He started going off on us. I'm like, bitch, I've been in this server for an hour. I don't know the rules.
So there's no, like, you don't... Okay, so you join a server and you, like, there's not, like, a screen that tells you the rules?
No, you have to join the Discord. I did not know there was a Discord for, like, servers. That was my first time on the RP in my life. I did not know you had to join a fucking...
What about the guy you were driving with? The guy that was driving, was he in the server for a while?
He was a little bit longer than me, actually, like 2 days.
Well, then he should have known.
Yeah, but he don't give a fuck. He's like a rebel.
Okay.
Like, he goes and kill everyone. Like, he don't give a fuck.
Okay. Well, that's surprising because usually if I was an admin, you, like, disrespect the rules that much. I think, like, 3 strikes is the fair thing.
Yeah, but some people don't report it. So they don't know.
Okay. Okay, fair enough.
The only times that, an admin's like, oh, wait a minute, I need to go and check on him is if he gets reported, or 2, an admin sees it.
Yeah. So I must you got your first strike right then and there and start shit on you?
Yeah.
Are you still in that server? You switch?
I'm still in the server because that server is not like you have to get a job and you can literally just spawn cars.
Oh, okay.
Any cars you want.
So it's like a nice chill still.
Yeah, you don't get money. You can literally get whatever you want.
Okay, well.
But it's like it's RP rules, but in creative kind of stuff like.
Okay.
So I could spawn like a GT. I can literally spawn a Lambo, like they're real life cars.
Okay, yes, that's what I was about to ask you. If they actually had like the mods to where like it was like real life cars and stuff like that.
Well, to get like the real life cars, you need to be in the server for long. You need to be a civilian tier 3.
So what do you get when you spawn? You just get the regular GTA cars?
Yeah, the regular one. But there's some like the supercars you can use them. You have to be a civilian tier 2 for like supercars.
Okay, so like I couldn't spawn a T20 right off the bat.
Nope. No.
Can you spawn like an Elegy or like a Challenger or shit like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because those, they're not like as powerful as a fucking shit. Not a T20. What's that car game? The car game. The car.
Well, I don't know. Challengers aren't they more powerful, like in horsepower, than a Lambo? Challengers, because they're muscle cars.
Yeah.
Like for torque and pull power, you know what I mean? Like not necessarily speed and all that stuff, but like for torque. I don't know. I'm not a car guy. Somebody's gonna be listening to this right now.
You're right, because I'm not a car guy either.
Yeah. Somebody's gonna be listening to this like that fucking moron.
Did he just say a fucking charger has more horsepower?
He's like, it's because the equilibrium of the wheels and the axis of the way that you do it is like, I don't care. I don't know. I'm just
the angle of the top is like a little bit like less than 60 and like.
And actually, for information, it's not actually an engine. We actually just put a lot of hamsters in the wheel. They kind of run around and that powers the car.
You and your fucking hamsters.
Bro, I just did that once. It was last night. I gotta show you that video after.
You were just gaming and out of nowhere like, yeah, so by the way, that guy was his Iron Man comedy and he put a hamster in his chest.
It literally was. It literally was that he was. It's cartoons by Daz or something like that, and he does like parody videos. He does like. He basically does like how it happened. He like 2 minute to 3 minute videos explaining everything that happened either in the game or a movie, and it's like kind of like really fast paced and like comedic in a way. So for Iron Man, he's in the thing. He literally puts a hamster in his chest, and it powers his arc reactor.
Yeah.
And then guys come in with the missiles like, "Ah, blah, 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 blah," and they're shooting all over the time, and then they come back out and he's like, okay, gotta make the missile, and then they come back out, blah, 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 and then he goes like, boom, and he poofs, he has his suit on, just gets out through the roof, and then boom, gets back to the land, takes the hamster out, puts a buff hamster in instead. Nah.
He turned to the Hulk, Iron Man. I forgot the which mark that was, but
I think it was the Mark II. Well, the
the
Mark
Hulk,
1...
No, for the one he fought with Hulk.
The Hulkbuster?
Was that the?
The Hulkbuster suit? I think oh fuck. Man, after Iron Man 3 there was like 50, I think we're at 50 some marks.
Yeah.
The suits, because like in Iron Man 3 he destroyed, like, in open brackets, destroyed his suits there, but he still kept working on them.
Plus he lost his house, so
yeah,
lost half of his suit again there.
Well, I mean, didn't his suits come from his house? It was underneath a bunker or something
Yeah,
like
but
that.
his entire bunker, everything just got destroyed.
Well, then where did all the suits... No, all the suits came out from the bunker beneath, because he had like a special little cave for them, and they all got deployed from there, from his house.
Fuck, I actually don't. I have no idea. I haven't watched.
I haven't watched Iron Man 3 in a long time.
Iron Man 1, 2, and 3 I've been watching a while.
Iron Man 1 is a classic. It was the first MCU movie that came out back in 2008.
Actually, Hulk.
Well,
Hulk was technically the first MCU.
Technically, yes, but technically it wasn't part of like the cinematic universe of. I mean, it technically is, but nobody that like likes and watches Marvel like kind of associates it, because different actor.
The first with the character we have right now.
Yeah.
Iron Man's the first. Then Captain America.
I mean, you gotta like Robert Downey Jr. He's the one who literally paved the way of the Marvel movies. Yeah. He was literally in the back room. I don't know who. I can't remember who said this, but it was literally Robert Downey Jr. was in like the back, and who would make decisions about the MCU. They'd actually bring him into deals and stuff like that for like.
He's like the director and an actor at the same time.
Not necessarily director, but he was like in the background, like, should we get this movie made? It's like no, and like he actually made sure that some of his co-stars got paid extra. Sometimes he takes some of his paycheck and you give it to other people that were fighting, and they couldn't fight for a bigger paycheck, but they still had a big role, so he'd give part of his paycheck to other people acting.
Man, if you think about it,
because he made a fuck ton of money, man.
But you think about that man came from being in jail.
He turned his fucking life around, but that's why I think he associated himself with Tony Stark, because Tony Stark in the comic books,
basically
he was an
guy that was like down, like.
Yeah.
His life was fucked.
Well, man, one of the comic books for Iron Man back in the day was called, I can't remember what it was called, but it was a whole thing about Tony dealing with his alcoholism. Like, and he was like really, it's like demon in a bottle type story, you know? Like, yeah. It was known that Tony Stark was like a really bad alcoholic, and to cope with all of his stuff, like he was a really severe alcoholic, and it was kind of going through the terms, and I feel like Robert Downey Jr. really connected with him on that level, because he was a recovering alcoholic too.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he did Iron Man 1. Was it like a few months, like a year after he... I think it was a few years actually. A few years after he left jail.
I don't know. I can't remember the story. I get the story about it, but he was the perfect fit. Like, he went to the room, and everybody was like, "Whoa!" Like,
because when you see Robert in real life,
he's Tony Stark.
You see Tony Stark.
He's literally Tony Stark.
He acts himself in the movie
the way he is normally.
Like he's not in character at all. Like, he's just himself. That's why I like him.
I think that's why he's such a good such a good fit. He's so easily portrayed in the character.
Well, I like those type of actors. You know, when they don't need to be in character, they literally just act themselves.
You know who's a fucking good actor? Benedict Cumberbatch, the guy who plays Doctor Strange.
Oh,
he's a good, like, I don't know if you see his other movies though, like The Imitation Game. I don't know if you saw that. It's about like it was in World War II. The Germans, and this is a true story. Like the Germans would send codes and stuff, and the Americans intercepted their codes. The Germans didn't know, but they didn't want anybody else to know either, because You know, like you don't want to know that the Germans, they change their frequencies and stuff like that. But they would always send, the Germans, they would send it, stuff to other Germans in code, like an encoded message.
Yeah.
So this guy literally created a machine that was able to intercept it and like decode the message instantly almost. And it's like the story about him like going through it and how he made the machine and like the setbacks. Nobody else believed in him. Everybody thought they were like, it's a really good movie, and he's a phenomenal actor. Benedict Cumberbatch. I really respect him as an actor. He's like method almost. Like he really goes like all in or nothing.
Yeah, he gets in the role. Like he does the job. When someone asks him to be a certain way in a role, he's gonna do it perfectly. Like
yeah,
I love him. I mean, most of the cast in the MCU.
Yeah, no. Did you hear about the multiverse that's gonna happen with Spider-Man?
No, I haven't really paid attention to.
Okay, this is something, and Loki. I don't know if you've watched the Loki series on Disney
That's
Plus.
why I didn't.
You should. It's like I haven't watched it either, but I'm literally tonight. I'm thinking about like
I'm
getting a
probably gonna
subscription.
start it, yeah.
Because man, legit.
What is it on?
Disney Plus.
I have Disney Plus. So
Okay, well, watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier first.
I already watched.
Okay, well,
Is season 2 out?
I don't think so.
Okay, because I already watched the first season.
Watch WandaVision first. WandaVision, the first one that came out. WandaVision, it's actually a really good story. It's there's good twists in it. And then watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then watch Loki. But you can start Loki right now because honestly, it doesn't tie into necessarily all the stories. But Loki is really important because it tied into the multiverse. Like they opened. I didn't watch the whole thing, but apparently he opens the multiverse.
I saw a clip in Loki where Bucky. Bucky was. It was. I forgot who it was, but I think it was Bucky. Like he was in Loki, the show. Unless I was just edited and it was like fake.
Well, here's the thing: is that during the show, and this is real, he like met other versions of himself from other multiverses. So, like, that was really cool. Like, he'd meet a comic version of himself, and then he'd meet, like, a crocodile version of himself with the horns and stuff like that.
The fuck is that? The Spider-Verse?
Like, literally, like, it's literally the multiverse, and I'm so excited because here's like, what people are saying is that there's going to be a Spider-Man movie where there's going to be the 3 actors that played every Spider-Man. The first one, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield with the Amazing Spider-Man.
You heard that about the next one that's coming, but the thing is...
It's with the multiverse, so it's not necessarily going to be a Spider-Man movie. But it's going to tie into, like, you're going to be seeing those types of Spider-Man.
I can't wait for the next Spider-Man movies. That's really the one I'm just like, come on already. Because the ending of Far From Home, that ending.
Yeah, no, that was messed up.
I was like, wait, how are they going to continue? Because Spider-Man is becoming a wanted man now, and Peter Parker's a wanted man.
Well, I know that. Yeah, I appreciated that they took J.K. Simmons. You know, J.K. Simmons, J. Jonah Jameson. There, the guy in the original like Sam Raimi trilogy.
The first one, yeah.
And I was so happy when I saw him. I was like, no way. He's like the perfect J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one of him. You know,
he's perfect for the role.
Even if you would have tried to replace him, you can't. There's no one that does the job better than him. Exactly what we were talking about when it comes to actors. We put a face to that character, and that's him.
I think it's hard. I think it's unfortunate too because there are a lot of good actors out there.
Yeah.
And it kind of happened. It sucks because you know in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
No, the towels.
Oh, that.
Yeah, I kind of made a mess.
Oh well. Yeah, well, in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, a lot of people hated that the guy was the new Captain America because he was like, Steve wouldn't do that. Steve wouldn't do this. Like, we want the old Captain America. And the actor was literally getting death threats.
Yeah, but you want to know why? Because he was doing such a good job.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like you need to be a good actor to like have people hate you. But it sucks because he was a good actor, and a lot of people were making the excuse like, "Oh, we want him to be more like Steve Rogers." It's like that's the point, though. He's not Steve Rogers. There will never be another Steve Rogers. All right, like that was the point. I'm pretty sure that was the point. Like, there's no point. You don't recast an actor to do the same job and mimic another actor's performance or another, like, that's not going to happen.
Because it's just going to seems like it's like the old Captain America, the one we know and love. Like, no, you don't want that. You want a one that's going to be
you want
evil,
something different. Yeah?
Like, different. And not look the same. But you know that actor that did Captain America, like in the Falcon. Well, I saw him. I'm like, wait, I know who that is.
Yeah, he's
He
literally
played in Goon.
Yep.
It's the fucking actor in Goon. I was like, whoa.
He's the son of a really popular actor, but I can't remember who. But he was a good actor though. That's the thing, is he was a great actor.
He's such a good actor.
He's a really good actor. The problem is that people, I feel that the reason people hated him is they haven't read the fucking comic books. All right, like when I say I'm a Marvel fan, I'm not just a Marvel Cinematic Universe fan. Like I know what happens in the comic books. I know what happens in the stories and the people's origins. Like I know like Superior Spider-Man, the comic series, that was controversial at first, but I loved it. I know it's a really good thing to check out if anybody has time there, like the Superior Spider-Man timeline. It's where basically Dr. Octopus, you know, Doc Ock, implants his mind into Spider-Man because he's dying, right?
Yeah.
So Doc Ock is Spider-Man. So it starts off, the comic series starts off where like you see Spider-Man and he literally like one punches and breaks the jaw off a scorpion in one punch and like pummels him to a pulp, and he's like being super like not witty or anything. He's being super like mean almost to everybody, and you're like, what the fuck? You know, the people reading it and it starts off like that. It's like, what the fuck? That's not what Spider-Man would do. And at the end, you find out that like it's not Peter Parker, it's Doc Ock in Peter Parker's body, and it progresses like that, and slowly but surely, Peter. There's something that happens. I can't remember the line, but it's like Doc couldn't save his wife or something like that, so he gave Peter control over his body again, and Peter Parker literally saved everybody in one go, and he realized that like, yeah, the world does need Spider-Man, and he literally like gave Peter back his body. It was such a good storyline, but a lot of people
that sounds interesting.
It really was. It was. But here's the thing though about all that stuff, it doesn't fucking matter. It's like it's good for change. Sometimes yes, the story itself and the writing sucks. I agree.
There's like the thing is, the main story is always going to be the best one. But the side can be as bitter as the main one.
Exactly. People don't like change. I think that's the problem. And I just don't feel like there was a need, because there's actually the Captain America and Captain America and Falcon, or Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The guy that he's playing, he wasn't a replacement for Steve Rogers. They played it off as that in the show, but he's an actual character in the comic books.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to replace Steve Rogers, but the thing is, he got crazy and shit like that happened, which happens in the show. But a lot of people thought that he's going to be the new Cap. Like, no, man. Like, just... people need to chill out and take a step back every once in a while and just really analyze it for what it is. Do your research before going and trying to get... Like, the guy didn't deserve death threats.
No,
you know what I mean? Like, that's fucked up.
He for real did not.
Like, that's fucked up. I mean, like, who do you have to be to, like, send a dude wishing that he would die and stuff like that? Like, he's an actor. He's doing a job.
Like, that's, like, just the difference. If you're saying, like, I wish the character would die. Like, that's different. It's a movie, We don't really care. It's a movie. But
like, you're going after the person, a real life person.
The actor has a family, has a life outside of acting. And how are you going to try to ruin his life for doing his job? That he didn't, like... He's not like, oh yeah, I want to be mean, like, no, that's his character. That's how the character is.
No actor goes into a role wanting to ruin a character.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it isn't the actor's fault. It's literally the writing and the director. He's just following direction. He's going with what the director wants him to do. Yeah. He's following the script.
Even if he don't want to, like, he has to. That's how it is.
Contractually obligated to do it. Like, you signed up, you auditioned, they're paying you, But yeah, it's fucked up. I think we live in a world right now where like everything's too prone to trying to cancel somebody, which I find very...
Cancel culture.
Yeah, I find it sad. I don't think that should be a thing, because like where are we as a species, and what does it say about us when all we want to do is like cancel people and wish harm upon them? Like, that's fucked up. But it's easy to do, A lot of people and a lot of YouTubers say this. They go on YouTube, they make a video, and a lot of people are like, oh, you suck and blah, blah, blah. And then when the person actually responds, they're like, oh my God, like, I'm such a big fan. Like, I actually didn't know.
Yeah.
Most of the time...
That's just for attention.
Most of the time people do it for attention. That's exactly what it is, but it sucks that it has to be that way.
It sucks that you have to try to cancel someone and ruin his career just for attention. Like, there's plenty of other ways to get attention from a mainstream, like, upload videos or do something, like, get bigger, so, like, because most like not famous, but like people that has a lot of followers or subscribers, as a big platform. They have so many fans. They can't see everyone, so the chance of them seeing your comment is slim to none.
Exactly.
But if you have a big followers, like a big like fan base, you're gonna be above of those like the like the normal fan, not normal fan, but like the fans.
Yeah.
Because if you have a blue check mark, he's gonna be like, oh, I see the blue check mark.
And at the end of the day, I think that creators have to watch out, because if you do, people don't ask for this. People really don't. But like once you gather a good following, like it can be even just 10,000 people. That's a lot of people. I don't even 2,000 people. I don't know if you saw like 2,000 people.
My
in the room.
sister has 20,000 followers on TikTok.
I'm sorry, what?
She has 20,000 followers on TikTok and over 300,000 likes.
Jesus.
Like,
but here's the thing: is I feel like as you have a following, it sucks to say this, but you afterwards have a responsibility.
Yeah, you have to
like
take care of
whether you like it or not. You have to set an example. Like, you don't know who's watching. You have to be the best version of yourself. It feels like that though. It feels like you can't be yourself, because it feels like if you slip up once, it's like instantly like you're canceled. Like, we hate you. You're not gonna like never be forgiven. There's a stigma around you, your name, and well, to tell you the truth, I'm scared of being successful with YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this before.
Like, I'm literally scared of being successful, because it's like, okay, let's say I amass like a really big following. Let's say like 250,000 followers, so 250,000. It's like I'm scared. It's like, what if I slip up after that? And what if my name is tarnished all over the world? Kind of like, I'm literally scared of being successful.
One wrong movement can ruin your life.
Yeah, like I don't mind doing the work.
If you're like like us right now, we're not gonna go in the US and be like, oh, do you know that person? Like, they're gonna see us once and forget about us.
Yeah.
So even if we do like a little fuck up, they're not gonna be like, oh wait, that's the guy who fucked up. No, you're not gonna know. You're not gonna know. But if you have a big following, people's gonna be like, wait, that's the guy.
Yeah.
Who did that.
I feel like they hold stand for people that are quote unquote famous or like really well known throughout the world, or even just like you have a really big following. I feel like people expect you to be superhuman and perfect, because let's say, I don't know, let's say you do like a simple fuck up, like PewDiePie said the N-word on stream, you know what I mean?
Yeah, when he didn't mean to. Like, it was just it's just natural.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I'm not saying it was okay. Like, it's definitely not okay to use the word. However, I'm sure 1,000 other people say it all the time. Like, there's literal racist people.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say it. Back in 2016, when I played 2K, all right, I was surrounded by a lot of
toxic ass people.
And not gonna lie, when you're in like an environment of like, the thing is, the 2K community is the most toxic. I mean, compared to COD, it's not. But when it comes to sport, like,
oh, for sure, by a long shot,
2K is the most toxic after Madden. Like, or Madden's
I think FIFA is really.
FIFA is not toxic at all. It's not.
I feel like sometimes it can be. I mean, like any
there's
game.
There's no game chat. There's no nothing.
Isn't there though? I'm pretty sure. Like back in the day, like
no, there's none. There's none. There's not even a type. You can't even type in chat. There's no chat.
Fuck. Okay.
So you can't be really toxic. All the people do in FIFA, is open packs.
Yeah, pretty.
That's all they do.
All you gotta do is open the packs.
But yeah, so like I was saying, in 2016, when I was playing NBA 2K16, 17, and 18, so basically 3 years, I was playing with a lot of people that would say the N-word a lot. Like they were like Mexican, like
different ethnicities and stuff like that. It didn't really matter who it was. Like,
it don't really matter. Like, I don't really give a shit who you are. But I got so used of them hearing it that I started saying it. But they were like, oh my god, you're saying it so cool and stuff. I'm like, what? But I was so young. I don't have.
Yeah,
but
that's the thing.
But I started saying it, and then it was just in my vocabulary now. I was just saying it like it was, a word. But then when I realized I'm like, what the fuck am I saying? Like, that word is stupid. Like, I'm not. It's I know it's just a word, but
It like the word has history to it. That's the
I
difference.
know.
It really
But
does.
I'm not. I didn't use it as
as an aggressive,
as the way it was.
Yeah,
meant
like
to
you
be.
didn't use it in anger, kind of thing, like really to insult.
Yeah,
it.
that was.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is I'm sure that like, by going back to PewDiePie, he didn't like, he was really most subscribed person on YouTube at the time.
Mm-hmm.
He fucks up once doing that, and he was like, he knew it when it happened, and he lost endorsements, he lost the Disney stuff,
Yeah, he lost his show. He lost his YouTube show.
everything, because he fucked up like one
One.
time.
It takes
And-
1 second.
And that's what I mean, though. It's like if somebody else would do it, I'm not condoning his behavior, and I'm not saying it was okay. He shouldn't have done it, but I don't think the punishment fit the crime.
Yeah, cause
in that instance.
I mean, I don't. The thing about that word is, for me, it's just a word. Yeah, I know there's a lot of meaning and behind it and stuff, but
Yeah.
like I see a lot of TikToks or YouTube videos and stuff like people are saying like, they're like, I don't give a shit if a white kid says the word, like, I don't give a fuck. It's a word, like it's not gonna offend me. But there's others that they're like, no, you're not allowed to say the word.
Of course, a lot of people. Like, here's the thing: is I think it's all about education and educating the general populi about like the actual history behind the word and why it's so bad. Because, like you said, when you were a kid, you didn't know better and you decided to say it. But then you realize when you got older, like, oh shit,
Like, I'm not the same person as I was when I was 15, 14. So I'm just like,
because you didn't know the meaning of the word, and that's the thing. It's like a
Well,
lot
I
of people
knew-
expect everybody
I
to be
knew
perfect,
it, but I didn't like knew it as a certain extent.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know.
Like you knew what the word meant, but you
Yeah.
didn't know like what it meant in its like
Yeah.
entirety. Like
But
you
like
know what it.
nowadays, like today, you'll never, ever hear me say the word. I'll say other fucking fucked up stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just like on Twitter, but that's another subject.
Yeah, that's different. That's
But-
different. We should do another video where like we're just going through your Twitter feed.
Oh my god.
Straight up being like, bro, why'd you tell this little kid to go kill? No, I'm just joking. He didn't say that.
Man,
He didn't
that's
say
too
that.
much. That's a long story. I mean, I wouldn't mind going in
You should do story times, honestly. Quick, easy video.
yeah,
Just put some gameplay over that. Boom.
story times. But the thing is, even if I tell the story behind those, a lot of people are not gonna understand because they don't know them.
Well, you got to give exposition and background to it. A really good way of saying, like, for storytelling, you can take class of storytelling, and I'm not a professional storyteller or anything, but a good way to do it is you can't just rush the pacing. You have to give people background and exposition to what happened and leading up to the event. So one guy said, he gave an example, like he went to the mountains. So it's like, yeah, one day me and my friend, we went to the mountains, it was really fun. We took a few pictures. And like, okay, you told something like that, but instead it would have been better like, me and my friend were at the studio, we're getting late, we had to go down, and then on our way out of the studio, we saw this mountain, these beautiful mountains across the sunset. We were like, we have to go hike them. So we pack all of our stuff, we go in, we drive. It was like a 5-hour drive just to get to where we wanted to. We got up, it was hard, and you go into the details, you give exposition, why, how you got there, how it was, the feeling behind it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is like the story times and stuff like that. You have to go like deeper. It's like give like it started down there, and you have to give the full click.
So how about this? You know what? Let's do a sneak peek for a video. Let's pull out one tweet.
One
and
tweet right now?
Just
I'm gonna choose it.
exactly. Choose it.
I'll pull up your tweet
Pull
right
out
now.
one tweet, and I'll try to explain it why I tweeted it.
I'll do it right now. Hold up. I got Twitter right. I literally go on Twitter every once in a while. I always check your feed right away.
Bro, literally everyone in my Discord, and they're probably gonna hear this video. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all. And every time they go on my Twitter, they're like, I only go on Twitter now because of how ruthless you are and that you don't care.
Okay, I'm gonna scroll down for a bit, and I'm gonna get. Oh, this one's a little paragraph. No, never mind. It's not good. All right. You want me to read it?
Yeah.
I'll read it for you. All right. This is what he said on the 23rd of June.
June. Oh,
Okay.
I already know.
Why do y'all keep asking why I don't come to y'all stream and I stop talking to y'all like you know why? Don't fuck with you no more. Stop being a little crybaby about it. And I actually hearted that too.
You hold on. I want to.
I don't know what the backstory was to that, but I saw that. Oh my god, you know, like there's more strings of tweets to that there, but I was like, shit's going down. He throwing shade.
Fuck, what was that again? I just because I need to remember like why I put it because I know every single story behind them, but
well,
I just need
wasn't it? You told me that one time. I was like, well, what was going on? You were like, well, you know, like I go and support everybody's stream. I show up to them, and then when I stream, nobody like they don't pop up and they don't support me.
No, I mean it's kind of like that, but it's not really. So basically, that tweet, if I could do like a little summary, like a little thing for it, is basically I on Twitch I support a lot of people, you know, like I love supporting. But let's say I go into someone's stream. I don't give them money. I don't, don't give them bits. Sub. They're like, "Oh, okay. So you're here. You're a viewer, you know. You're a normal viewer that supports me. Supports. That's what they say. Support."
Okay.
And then they're like, "Oh, thank you for coming and stuff." And then I stream. They don't even come to my stream, but they expect me to always be in their stream. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be in someone's stream all the time. You're not even entertaining. I don't even like your stream. I'm just there because I know you.
Shit.
You suck at streaming. Like, your content is shit. But I still show up because you're my friend. I support you.
What about me?
I mean, you never fucking stream, but when you stream, I'm there.
Well, yeah, but what do you mean about my content? I mean,
oh, your content. I love it. Yeah. I'm talking about like.
Heard it here first. You heard it here first, boys.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about people that that streams.
They just
but they
stream
don't
to
talk.
get money and stuff.
Yeah, they hope that when they stream, they get money. Like I don't understand why people stream. Like their goal is like, okay, I'm gonna stream, I'm gonna get money. Like they don't do it for fun. They do it for the money. That's when the stream sucks.
Yeah.
You don't interact with your viewers. You stop talking. You don't like constantly talk even though you have 0 viewers. And then, but yeah, whatever.
You know what I think's worse? Is I think that they only interact with you when you give them money or when you give them bits. That's the only time they actually talk to the audience. They don't interact any other way. Like when I go into a stream, like I literally randomly went on Twitch. I don't go on Twitch that often anymore. So busy with work and stuff, but I will go on stream every once in a while, and I was like, okay, well, I always look for you if you're streaming. You always stream at random fucking times, my guy.
I need a schedule, but
you need a schedule
with my work.
That's why I don't watch your streams. Sometimes I see like, oh, you streamed. I was like, what time? 4 in the fucking morning, my dude.
Well, the thing is, I just stream when I feel like I'm in the moment for it.
Fair enough.
Like I can't just start streaming. Let's say I'm in the bad. I have a schedule and I'm in a bad mood. I don't want to go and stream and like
emanate that energy off.
Yeah, like I don't want people to like be in the stream and be like, oh, he's in a bad mood, so that's gonna either put him in a bad mood or not wanting to watch. I just stream whenever I know I'm in a good mood and I'm like, this is content. This is entertaining.
I don't even think it's about that. I think it's just about being genuine and being a transparent person. And I
always tell people the truth. That's what I said. Another tweet. That's another tweet. I said the truth hurts.
Yeah.
And y'all always mad at me because they're like, oh, you're so like, you're mean. You're always talking shit to people. I'm just like, I'm not talking shit. I'm telling the truth. Sometimes I do talk shit. But
yeah.
Most of the time, I just speak the truth and they can't accept it. And they take it as, they take it personal. And they're saying I'm talking shit to them, which I'm not. I'm speaking facts. And if you're a crybaby, get the fuck out of my life. I don't need you.
Yeah, I think that's how it is. But here's the thing, though: is like when you're sad and you're like not in a good mood, I think that's okay to still stream as long as you're being transparent about it. Like just be like, sorry guys, I might not be as energetic today. I'm just not in.
Yeah, but even if you are, a lot of people don't find it like like, oh, he's not the same way that he was when he was happy. Like they're like, oh, because I don't know, when you're not in a good mood, I don't feel like you can be like giving your 100%.
Well, I actually disagree with that because I feel like people don't follow you necessarily for the gameplay; they follow you for you.
Yeah, you do.
And exactly, and I think they want to know how you're doing. They want to know even if through the good and the bad, because I think it's unrealistic and an unrealistic expectation for to have somebody always be on their A game and always be top notch. So I think it's beneficial, especially to stream when you're feeling down and low, so people can relate to you. You're like, oh, okay, like he's not this perfect person. Like he, just like me, he gets lows and he gets, like me, he gets lows and he gets highs. And I think it's a good starting point for
all streamers are human. We're all human.
Yeah, of course.
Like even big streamers, they're all human. You know, you can't always be in. I mean, they're living the best life, but even while you're living the best life, you still can be. You can still be, like, I don't know, like not in a good mood and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
of course. A lot of people think that success, fame, and money makes you happy. It really doesn't. All right, like yes, it's a necessity. Like you need some money, to obviously live and survive.
The only reason why I'm happy right now is the people I have around me. That's it.
Shout out to Apu.
Yeah, shout out to you. Shout out to Bren. Shout out to Napoleon. Shout out to my community that I have right now. Literally, that's all I need. Like I could literally go somewhere and bring only one person out of all of y'all. I'd be fine.
Yeah,
I'd be fine. I'll be happy.
Straight up. Like I think it's about a lot of people nowadays, especially like the younger generation. I feel like they have a lot of acquaintances, but they consider them as friends. Like I know a lot of people. I don't consider them like, yes, I consider them my friends, but I don't consider them close. And I think having one or two really close friends that you can rely on and vice versa is more important than having a big surrounding and a big...
Well, when it comes to me, because when I tell people, I'm like, yeah, I have two best friends, like close friend that I can literally say anything to them. I know they're not gonna judge me or anything, which is you and Napoleon. And I have other close friend, which is the community that I have. Like there's certain people in that community that I consider them close. Like I know they'll never judge me. They'll never turn their back on me. Like I feel like I've known them my whole life, basically.
Yeah.
But I only started talking to them a year ago or two.
Well, that's good. There's actually a word for that. I can't remember the word, but it literally means like the feeling or the perception of meeting a person, knowing them for a short amount of time, but feeling like you've known them your entire life.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, which is it's a beautiful thing when that happens.
Because it comes to the same way, like with Apu, like the first time I met her was when I was streaming. She joined out of nowhere, joined my stream, and okay, that's crazy. So
I actually want to know the story. I haven't heard this before.
So basically, she tells it better because I don't really remember that day that much, but so I was streaming. I was playing Fortnite. That's the crazy part. I was playing Fortnite. And she joined my stream. She was taking shots, just
having fun. Chilling.
Yeah. We're just vibing. And then...
Really quick, though, you say that Fortnite's a shitty-ass game. I swear to God, if y'all get married, I'm going to be like, it's because of Fortnite, my G. You blame Fortnite for all this shit. You know what? Nah, you got married because of Fortnite, my guy. Imagine.
Yeah, fuck that. Nope. But yeah, so the first 5 minutes of us talking, we already had a connection.
Like straight up.
It's like we knew it's like we've been best friends for we've been best friends like me and her for some reason. Every time we're in someone's chat, always talking or a call or something, playing games, we always had that best friend vibes, friend vibes.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that stream, it was there's a connection, a really, really connection. And we became best friend. We were talking always for a few months. And then out of nowhere, bam.
But that's the thing. I feel
single.
like that's super important. I think that's a lot of things. I think it's better to start off as friends and grow your friendship through being best friends and then get into a quote unquote relationship because you already have that connection of being best friends. I think it's
that's the thing. I treat her as a girlfriend, but I treat her more as a best friend still.
I think that's
how we have a best friend / relationship.
Like the girlfriend I have right now. We started off as really good friends. Well, we didn't have a lot of time in between that. Like we were talking for like maybe a month and a half, and we'd always go on drives. We'd have long talks with each other like for hours on end, and then eventually I was like, oh shit, I think I like this girl. You know what I mean? It's like, I obviously at the beginning I always thought she was beautiful, thought she was sexy, she was intelligent, she had a great sense of humor, but then it turned into like something even more because it's like, wow, I can really connect with this person. And I can be myself around this person, and I think that's really important. A lot of people get in relationships nowadays for like the wrong, like for sex or just to say they have a girlfriend, just for the title.
Oh, she looks good. She's my girlfriend.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with. Oh, that girl's a model. She's gonna. If like I don't know, people nowadays.
Sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes it's even just like I want the title of having a girlfriend. I want to be like not alone, and I think that's the wrong way to look at it. I think you should be content.
A girlfriend, like a relationship, always comes randomly out of nowhere. You can't look for it. It happens it just happens. You can't look for love. You can't.
Obviously, you get those like random oddballs there that sometimes it does work out for them. Yeah, and that's fine. But I think the best way to do it.
That's rare.
Yeah.
I mean, like true love happens out of nowhere.
It does. It happens like instantaneously. I think it's important to be content and loving yourself and being okay with being alone first before you can reach out and love somebody else. Because even I made that mistake in the past. Like I didn't fully appreciate or love myself as a person who I was. Sometimes I still don't, but I respect myself way more than I used to. And I love myself way more than I used to too. And I think that's a really important step in like personal development and personal growth that you need to hit before you're able to put that onto somebody else.
I'm not gonna lie, that was not the same with me. The reason right now why I'm changing is basically because of her. Like I started the gym, started to try anyways to eat healthier.
I think that's dangerous though because you put all of your happiness into one person. It's like
not really. It's not that type of like trust. Yeah. She just gave me like a push. Yeah. The push that I needed.
She makes you want to be the better version of yourself.
And even let's say, I doubt that's ever gonna happen, but let's say if we do break up, I'm still gonna it's just gonna push me more. So I just know that no matter what, I'm just going up right now. I'm not going down.
Because I'm not saying that. Let's say you break up with your girlfriend or significant other, that it's going to be easy and you shouldn't dwell on it. Like, yes, it hurts. Yes,
it's a life lesson.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, it sucks. Like, it's okay to be sad and grief. And especially as guys, because nowadays, we're told it's not okay to cry. We should man up. Let me tell you to be the first. Like, I cry when I get really sad and stuff like that. Like, it's okay to show emotion. And it's okay to be vulnerable. Because if you put all of that stuff and you shove it down deep inside of you, it destroys you. Along those lines, maybe not today, maybe not in the week, maybe not in the month, or maybe not even in a year, but eventually it will catch up to you, and it'll be way worse than if you would have just dealt with the issue then and there.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I know that feeling, way too well. But look at us now, vibing.
Two unemployed motherfuckers. No,
unemployed, bitch.
Yeah, employed. Yeah, you. I'm lucky enough and I'm grateful to be employed with something that I love, and I have a full-time job. Literally, for people just listening in, they don't know me well. I am a certified videographer and photographer. Went to high school, I got my certificate for it. College. Went to college, got my certificate, and now I have a job in literally media creation and content creation, and I'm really blessed, and I thank myself every day to do it. Obviously, it's not where I want to stay. Eventually, I do still want to do my own thing and break off eventually, but for now, like, I'm content and I'm happy that I get to wake up every day, camera in my hand, and create stuff. Hopefully that'll help
create moments.
Yeah, capture moments, create stories, tell other people's stories,
Yep, and I'm still working on mine.
Exactly.
Still working on it, and this is the first video.
First video.
I'm pretty sure this is turning into a podcast. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Should have turned into a podcast.
Like
your video gonna be long, my guy.
Like because I thought when we started talking it's probably gonna be like a 15 minutes video.
No.
But the thing is,
what are we at? We're at 51 minutes right now.
Huh?
51 minutes.
Oh, damn. And the thing is, when I came in here, I was like, you know what? we're gonna talk about some funny stuff and whatever, and we're gonna cut like the best part and make a video.
Honestly, I think it's okay to just keep this whole thing uncut because it like shows you who you are. I'll cut the empty spaces there and stuff that doesn't matter, but we really started getting into the juicy stuff like half an hour into it.
Yeah, I mean that's how it. I mean,
shit.
it's like our first time really like just face to face.
First try, yeah. If people don't know, like we're literally sitting across from each other, microphone in between us right now.
I mean, if you
staring each other in the soul.
Yeah. Yeah. There's probably this video. There's not gonna be no editing, no nothing. The next one, I want to have like a camera.
It'll be actually edited. The next one is gonna be
not even edited. Just have a camera and like showing what like
yeah, that'd be good.
Like a real podcast, not just like gameplay or something behind it.
Yeah, I think it'd be good to do actual videos too. Like this week, Bianca.
Yeah.
I forced her to start a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
She's actually making content, and she's really serious about it. And I'm happy I can get people into it. So this weekend I'm gonna film it for her, and just to get her a start, I'm gonna film like the first 2 videos, and we'll shoot it in all one day there. But we're gonna shoot.
What kind of videos does she do? Like vlogs?
Stuff more or less to like help other people with their mental health, and like because she's struggled with it. I think we all have, but
yeah,
her especially. She's experienced a lot of stuff and a lot of suffering throughout her life, and she feels like she can really help people through her experiences, which I 100% condone, and I think that's great.
Yeah,
and I feel like she really could. Ever. So, yeah. So hopefully I'll help her out with that, and I think a lot of people will attach onto it, and if she can help at least 1 or 2 people.
Bro, just helping one, you did it.
Yeah,
you made it. Even just helping one person, you did it. But if it's during when I'm off, I'll be down to help.
It's Saturday.
Okay.
You work, yeah.
Have fun. I work Saturdays. Fuck's sake.
Bad.
It is what it is, Make money so I can do more stuff.
Well, I think we're gonna end it off before it reaches an hour, but anything else you wanted to say before we cut that shit?
Well, we're gonna have more of those, obviously.
Yeah, if everybody likes it, and
even if you never know, we could have we can have Napoleon.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because Napoleon, he could tell us a lot of stories.
He definitely could. I
think we could literally go on the subject about meditation and those type of stuff.
Don't get me fucking started on that, my guy.
No, but that's what I'm saying for another one. Me and Napoleon talk about
I could go into
y'all experience about because I never did anything.
Well, you did it. You tried it once. You tried it a few times, and you said you got those. Here's the
I
thing,
did.
The meditation stuff is everybody gets those small glimpses of enlightenment, and at least you tried it and you got what we meant. But here's the thing: is keep on keeping the practice.
No, but the best one I had was literally. I was watching a movie. I forgot what movie I was watching. Fuck, I forgot. It was a movie, and then after the movie, for some reason I don't know. It's just how do you call that?
Like a small little pocket of enlightenment, like realization almost.
No, bliss. When you're in school and you just dream
daydreaming kind of
daydreaming. Yeah. It was kind of like a daydream, but it felt real, way more real. Like I was lucid dreaming, but I was present. Awake.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually a perfect analogy for that. You feel present.
Yeah, so that was, and I saw a lot of stuff. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So when I popped out of it, I was like, what the, what happened? I didn't even try. I zoomed out. I was thinking about something, and bam, boom, I was
right out.
I couldn't move my arm. I was frozen, but I was. It's like I could see through. It's like my eyes turned upside, around
inside your head,
inside my head, and I could see my what I was thinking about. It was weird.
Yeah, it's like being present, like that observing presence.
Yeah, but
one of the things that really made me realize and got me into that state one point is there's this Eckhart Tolle.
Mm-hmm.
He's a really good spiritual teacher. If you guys don't know about him, I strongly suggest checking him out. He has a YouTube channel. He's really good. if you guys are into that kind of stuff. And he said this. He says, you know, we're not our thoughts, and that's the trick. You know, we're not our thoughts. Our thoughts, it's like it's its own entity.
Yeah.
And he said this. He's like, if you're not your thoughts, who's the person observing your thoughts? And it's like,
wait a minute.
yeah, it's like,
wait a minute.
Whoa. You know, it's like,
that made
shit.
me think for a second. That's true though.
Yeah, and it's weird.
But we're not gonna talk about this anymore.
Yeah, no, yeah, we're
gonna keep that for the next one.
Do an outro right now before I cut it off.
An outro.
And I'll just be like,
I hope y'all enjoyed. Well, we're gonna keep doing this, me and Bren, because I'm pretty sure he loved it, and I did it. I enjoyed it.
I could talk for hours, my guy.
Yeah, I could talk for hours.
But we're gonna leave it at one for now.
We're gonna leave it at one because we're gonna keep the stories for another one, so we can have multiple like episodes or whatever we're gonna call it. But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed, and